Well, good morning, Sheena. Good afternoon for you. I want to introduce everybody to our special guest today. Her name is Sheena Cantar. I've known Sheena a couple years now, and I met her through another part of my business, another part of her business. But I'm really, really excited to have her with us today. I have learned so much from you over the years, and I know our audience will as well. She lives in the UK, so she's across the pond from us. She lives in Cheshire. I don't know where Cheshire is. Shame on us Americans. Where in relationship to a city that somebody that doesn't live in the UK would know?
I guess most people would know Manchester. And so okay. Manchester is literally, the next city down. So Cheshire, yeah.
Okay. And I don't know anything about your football, but I would imagine you like Manchester United. I'm just taking a guess. Is that right?
I don't do football. But Wolfgang, my partner is, he's Manchester United supporter.
Okay. Well, I'm going to let Sheena tell you her story, but I will tell you that she is somebody that has always inspired me. She has an incredibly positive attitude. She has a couple of different businesses, but they really and truly go hand in hand. And she is a very strong network marketer, but she also works with the power of the mind. She's a certified Proctor Gallagher coach. So she teaches a program called Thinking into Results that we have done together. And since she has taken Thinking into Results and her network marketing business has exploded, because it is so important to have the right attitude when it comes to having a network marketing business, because if you don't have the right mindset, you're going to get stuck. So Sheena, you want to just tell us a little bit about yourself and your story, kind of the good, the bad, and the ugly?
The good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah, no worries. So, I guess it all starts with, because my thing is you cannot work hard enough to get the results that you want. And when I think about whenever I was younger and my mum said to me, sure, you're not academic, sure, you can be a secretary. The last thing I knew that you actually had to pass exams to be a secretary, but sure, who knew, So then I literally became a secretary because that's what I was trained to be, and that's what I was told that's all I was capable of. And so just even this one, Janet, about, like our self-image, is that I even went along to an RAF interview to become a secretary, and I did an IQ test that was off the scale, and they wanted me to be an officer and go in. I didn't have to do an interview. I could go in for officer training, and I didn't do it. Because it wasn't my self-image. It wasn't who I was. I was a secretary. And you know what? I never told anybody that until I started to do Thinking into Results. And I suddenly realized, oh my goodness, like I had it then. And so then I literally, I crashed and burned with a marriage and a divorce very, very quickly in my early 20s. And I was so angry, but I knew I had to do something with that anger. And so I turned it into a degree. So I ended up doing a degree in computer science, and I had to beat all the boys. Like I had to just do that. That was where I put my, put all my energy, and I got a degree with honors. And I went, oh, I thought I wasn't academic. It just shows you, doesn't it? So anyway, what I did then is I studied and I learned more and I learned more and I learned more. And then, I became number one in my industry at the time, but then I left. I was really comfortable, and I thought, I've got to share this stuff with everybody. But I worked hard. I started my network marketing business then, and I worked so hard, Janet, like so hard. I was the one who did, you want me to take action? Oops, Daisy. I'm going to take action. And so, excuse me, there is a call trying to get through, and I can't actually stop the call. There you go. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Hey, that's real world.
I took the action, the massive action, but I didn't get any results. And I worked harder and harder. And Janet, the harder I worked, the worse things got. The more qualifications I got, the worse things got. And I literally then just lost everything. Like the house, the car, the kids had to go somewhere, the horses, the dogs, the cats, the lot. And I was just remember driving down our motorway. People who know Manchester know the M56. And I had a white van that I was driving. My one couch was all I had left. And it's not a sob story because it makes me laugh now when I just go figure. I've worked all my life for a couch.
For Brilliant. One couch, yep.
For one couch, that's all I owned. But when I actually thought then that that was a big lesson for me to realize, is that I had everything I needed in my heart, the love of my children. I didn't need the money, but there was definitely something I needed to sort out. And that was whatever. I had a positive, as you say, positive mental attitude, but I didn't realize that I could have a positive mental attitude, but be coming from lack in my body.
Sure, sure.
So that's,
You know what's
that's
interesting,
happening.
Sheena, that I heard you say, and it's so common in network marketing, is even way back when in your early 20s, even before you entered network marketing, you had people that were dream stealers and told you you couldn't do that, you can't do this, this is what you're destined to do. And they kind, you know, sometimes that's a good thing because it inspires you, but sometimes it really holds you back, and you could have been so much farther ahead. So that's interesting, because that is one of the biggest things in network marketing, that people that don't understand the business will do it. It's a pyramid. It's, well, you know, all of the things. We've all heard the same thing. So you fast forward, and you know, I did not realize you were down to one couch. I did not know that. But you also work quite a bit with, I know you're certified in NLP, but tell us about why mindset for you is so important in your network marketing business, and what a difference it's made for you.
Well, what you see is that, you know, people who are really good in their industry, I mean, amazing. And they like, for me, you know, I got to #1 in my field. I was top 10% of a global company. Then I came along to network marketing and I couldn't speak to somebody. You know, but there's Sheena, who's Miss Positive, who, you know, can go out there and network with everybody, suddenly couldn't pick up the phone and just talk to somebody about what I saw was an amazing business opportunity. So positive mental attitude was there, but it was like there was something pulling me back in the opposite direction, and I didn't know what that was.
Mm-hmm.
And now what I realized was it was a programming, like a paradigm. It's like, you know, here's where you are now, Sheena, and this is what you show to the world. But you have a little Sheena in here who just went, oh, please don't say no to me. Please don't do this. I'm really uncomfortable. Oh my goodness, what will they think of me? And I was nowhere near that person there. And that's what it was. And this is the person who's driving the results. But people call that the imposter syndrome.
Right.
This is the imposter. The imposter is the little liar inside you telling you that you're not good enough, or they'll laugh at you. And what I realized is that as you go through your mindset, is that first people laugh at you, then they criticize you, and then they go, oh, Sheena, I believed in you all along. But you have to go through that journey.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And they might not be saying the first to your face, but they are saying
laugh.
that.
I've had friends laugh and laugh and laugh at me, and I know that they still do, and I just go, that's absolutely fine. You know, I am not worried in any shape or form. It does hurt to begin with, but then as you grow and grow and grow in your mindset, you tend to leave you just sort of separate from the people who would laugh at you.
Sure.
You just sort of separate. It just happens. It's not like all of a sudden, you know, you've changed your friends. It's just that you grow into a new set of friends who are going where you're going.
Right,
they're not
right.
going where I was going.
Right. All this darn electronics. I got the same thing going here. So as you mentioned, you had this paradigm. Did it stop you from making those phone calls?
No, I mean, people call it like the knowing doing gap. You know what to do, but you're not doing it. But I would still do it. But I was like the person with the knowing doing results gap. So I did the do. I'm a full action taker, and I would take action. So when people say to me, you know, that, oh, I'm afraid of taking action, well, I'm just like, well, I'm not afraid. What's wrong with me? Because I wasn't getting the results. It's as if there was something else, and that's where really understanding who you are. So I went back to self-image. So can you see how strong my self-image was? That when they said to me that they wanted me to be an officer and to bypass the interviews and go straight to training. But I was like, oh my God, who are you talking to? And I was embarrassed. That's that's how strong our self-image can be inside.
Right,
And
right,
so I took the action, but and what I learned as well, Janet, is that we cannot outperform our self-image. And the more positive your mindset, the further you are away from the truth. That's what got me, because I was continually lying to myself, telling myself it was all okay. And if I just worked harder, if I read another book, if I just read another 700 books, I think I got as far as, like, you know, studying to master's level in business coaching, Reiki, NLP, hypnotherapy, about 1,000 books later. And like, no difference. Somebody's lying somewhere to me.
right, right. And you know, if you don't have a positive image of yourself, others sense that. And in network marketing, it is so key that you are confident on the inside and on the outside, because if you want people to follow you, they're not going to follow somebody that's not confident.
Mm.
They're not going to do that. And unfortunately, in our industry, most people are not confident.
Mm.
They are not confident. So when you made this switch and you started studying the power of the mindset, all of those things, and studying thinking into results, how did it change? What happened?
Well, just on one thing there before we go on, because it was just in my mind about what people do whenever they realize that they can't go forward in network marketing, is that they tend to blame network marketing.
Oh, yes.
So if you're in a bad mood and you don't realize that you're in a bad mood and you look at me, then you might think that I'm the cause of your bad mood because you weren't quite really on the ball. You just saw me. I said something that irritated the hell out of you. And so you just went, Sheena, I don't like you. Well, this is what people do to network marketing. They think because their paradigms are being challenged, big style, they then blame network marketing for making them feel that way and think network marketing is not their business. I just want to make sure that people understand that there's something going on inside you that is pulling you away from your absolute dream life. I mean, it really can be. It is there, but you've got to break through those barriers. So I just wanted to make sure I got that in there, because people do blame network marketing for, oh, it's not right for me. What? Living a life of potential freedom. I mean, look at your pension. Your pension doesn't give you freedom, does it?
No, it doesn't.
I mean, is that what you're looking forward to? At least with network marketing, you've got hope. With your pension, that's not hope.
No, you don't have hope. You absolutely don't. And I hear it all of the time, because so many, I mean, I've been in the business for so many years, and I hear that all the time, that it's a bad business and you don't know, I've tried it before and it just doesn't work. And I used to think that, no, the business works, you're just not working the business. And that's true to a certain extent, but that's really not the root cause of why people are not taking their business to the next level. There's something that is stopping them from, so I give you credit, because I will tell you that you are kind of an exception to the rule, in that even though you were so afraid and didn't feel right, you still picked up the phone, you still reached out to people. And most people won't do that. Most people won't do that. So how did you get over it? I mean, what changed? So you studied this mindset stuff, and what happened? I mean, you said something to me the other day about reading 1,000 books. How did you say that you read 1,000 books instead of reading one book 1,000 times? Was that it?
Yeah, that's right. It's 10,000. It's not the 10,000 different things that we do. It's the one thing that we do 10,000 times. So, it could be the action that you take is that you have to contact 10,000 people. Now, to some people that may seem like really scary, but what is your dream life worth? I mean, in that first year, I contacted 12,000 people. So are you prepared to do what it takes? Because if you're not, well, then why would the universe give you your dream whenever you're not prepared to do the work? You see, the thing is, we settle and we go, oh, it's okay. But I wouldn't settle, Janet. As far as I was concerned, I'd taken on the responsibility that I'd wrecked everybody's life, and I was going to make sure it was back on form. So I set myself a vision. And I kept that vision in front. So when I decided that I didn't want to get out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning to do my miracle morning routine, sure, what the point was it? I'd been doing it and nothing had been changing, is that I just thought of my dream and my why. And I went, oh, right. So it doesn't matter if you don't get that. And immediately I'd go, oh, it does matter. And I would get up and I would put my feet on the floor, and I made my decision every single morning. And so you make the decision every morning until the decision makes you. It's so key, because people say, make a decision, and it would get on your nerves, doesn't it, Jan? Just make
yes, I've heard that a million times. Yep, make a decision.
Well, I'm making the decision and nothing's changing. But what I realized is you must get up every morning and make the decision. You make the decision 100 times a day, 10,000 times a day, but you keep making the decision. And I promise you, one day the decision makes you. So like the house that I'm in at the minute, Jana, it's just, within a 3-week period, this house came to me. My vision was this big, huge driveway, with plenty of cars on it. I'm in the middle of a field. I've got the electric gates, and the horses, I can see them from the window. All of that within a 3-week period came to me. And it dawned, I couldn't talk to anybody. Wolfgang didn't even know we were moving house. I kept my blinkers on. I just literally did the do. I signed papers when I didn't have the money. And it was as if the world was coming to me. Everybody wanted me to be in this house. And on the Friday, when we were due to move on the Saturday, I said to Wolfgang, we're moving house. I thought something was up, but I wasn't really quite sure. And I said, and it's tomorrow. And even on the Saturday, it was as if the universe was prodding me to go, oh, hang on, you're changing your vibration. You're not 100% sure. And something went wrong. But then I just went, no, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. I am not accepting anything else but this. And we're in the house.
Right.
And that's what it takes you make the decision till the decision makes you, and you accept nothing less. And
right. Don't settle. And the other thing is, you don't always know when it's going to happen for you. Yeah. But you said something that I think is really important for our listeners. We always talk about goals. And most people in network marketing do have goals. They know that they should have written goals, but oftentimes the goals aren't big enough. They settle, and you clearly have not settled. What would you say to somebody about how they could keep that vision and keep that goal in front of them when they've talked to 25 people in a day and nobody said yes, nobody would listen to them? How do you keep that vision in front of you?
You attach a big why to it. Why are you doing it? So that every day then becomes on purpose, and everything that you do becomes on purpose, so that you have this big vision up here and you have your purpose, and there's a big why attached to that. But be careful you don't make your why not, because people do that. Oh, it's for my kids, but then the kids stop them from doing stuff. Well, your why just became your why not. So it's about having that vision and then funneling it down today, so that today's actions, there's no decision left anymore to today, because I know what I'm doing. I'm on purpose. That's where I'm going to, and I'm taking a big chunk out of here. So we've got to have, what my mistake early on was not having the little step as goals, the milestones. That because I didn't have that, I was frustrated down here. So you've got to have, what does it feel like to be up there? Oh my God, that feels just amazing. That's it. I'm the top of the tree. It's brilliant. I'm living my life exactly the way I want to live it. It's not a position. It's just, that's my life. But then today, to have that same feeling today, but to have little milestones so you can go, oh, look how far I've come. Oh, look, I just did that. Oh, look, I just did that. And that is so important, Janet, about having those little milestones moving up. If you come from the big ones, so you're looking down, but you got to tick something off to give you that encouragement to show that you're growing. And if people think that goals are something to get, they'll always be unfulfilled. A goal is for growth. And if you start to notice the growth, the goal will just happen. It's noticing the growth in yourself and how you're changing.
Right, absolutely. I'm a huge believer in the milestones. you know, here in the U.S. I call them mile markers on our highways. They've got the mile markers, and you know, everybody believes that they're a failure because they haven't achieved the top of the compensation program. But you know, the best part about our business is that you're getting paid while you're learning. And I always say the things that you're doing, because I know you have these very strong daily habits, but the things that you do on a daily basis, as long as they are helping you to get to the next level, you're doing the right things. So to me, it's so key. Everybody wants to make everything this big ta-da every single day, but a little bit each and every day, right?
It's what you do in the dark, isn't it? It's what you do in the dark when nobody sees, and that when the motivation is gone, that you still go forward because you're always on purpose. So I don't do anything that's not serving me. Now, I'm not saying that I'm working 24/7. Please goodness, nobody do that. It's about those concentrated efforts of energy that you put into it and then let it go. Like as he talked about the 10,000 things, it's a 10,000 hours to become a master, but it's also 10,000 hours of rest and 10,000 hours of sleep. This bit where people are saying, you know, that you're, you know, work till whatever, you know, that can just drive you crazy because you're under hurry and you're in fear, and that's lack, and therefore you can only bring lack to you, and then it's just harder. Like we can make things happen. Here's the, you know, things are happening to me, or I make things happen. Oh my God, that's exhausting. We want to move into the next level as life happens for me and life happens as me. And when we can start to be in those top two layers, then we can start to attract the people. But we got to do the daily things every day that, yes, they're boring. Yes, but you're always on purpose. So it's not that you have the rah energy all the time. No, but everything you do is on purpose. So even if I was to sit down and watch the television, Big Bang Theory, I'm still on purpose because that is planned rest, relaxation, couldn't care less what's happening in the world moment. And we've got to have fun, joy. It's when we're having the fun and joy in our lives that the work that we did in dark and secret gets on and does something. But if we're worrying, then we're just in the way and we're just resistance. So do your work, then go have fun. Do your work, then go have fun.
Chunk it out, if you will.
Yes.
That's what you're saying. It's not an all-day thing. So if our audience, you know, they hear that and they say daily activities, what are some daily activities that you do? Maybe 2 or 3 things that you do on a consistent basis. I like how you say that, in the dark. I've always said when nobody's looking, but in the dark. I really like that. What are a couple 3 things that you do consistently for your business?
Well, if you're talking about like the miracle morning thing, it's always about getting up in gratitude and then studying. And actually, I study now for an hour in the mornings. We, as a Bob Proctor consultant, we're together at 6 o'clock in the morning and we're studying until 7. And it's just amazing aha and growth before you even start your day. Then I'll do my own affirmations. Now I'm not spending hours and hours on end writing things out because I believe about, you know, whenever I'm exercising, I can shout them out to the world. So once I've written my affirmations and I've got my gym gear on, and obviously we're not in the gym at the moment, but I'm out running the roads and I'm just appreciating everything. So that's how I start my morning. That's like all before 9 o'clock. Come back, have a shower, and then 9 o'clock I'm ready to do something. And I would recommend people that, you know, certainly one of my clients actually, she had such a busy job. She worked in the National Health Service. She's like, how am I supposed to fit it in? So she actually fitted it in at 5 o'clock in the morning. She decided it was worth it. So she would get up, and between 5 and 6:30, that's when she ran her network marketing business. She then got on with everything else that she had to do, her miracle morning. And you know what, Janet, whenever she did that within a 3-month period, she ended up winning the trip to America. It was an all week, expenses paid, trip to Florida. Like, she won the trip. She won the trip, and she didn't even know she'd won the trip. They had to actually phone her and tell her she'd won the trip. Like, how amazing is that?
Absolutely. And the importance of consistency and, you know, an hour and a half a day. It just drives me crazy when I hear people say, I don't have time. Well, you don't have time to not do what you need to do. So there's a person that truly was on purpose.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Truly
then
on
what's amazing
purpose.
is her paradigms kicked in and she nearly didn't get on the plane. I laughed with her, you know, because sometimes success is another paradigm and we shrink back from it because she didn't feel she was worthy, because she didn't feel like she'd done the work, because she'd been taught, you must work hard and then you've earned it. She didn't see that doing that hour and a half consistent work every day was worthy of winning this trip.
Right,
How
right.
crazy is that? Let me tell you, Janet, if I told her, I literally said, I will get in the car and I will drive to your house and I will put you on that plane. You are going. But that's how crazy our programming can be, because we're taught, work hard, work
Right,
hard.
right.
And yet it was the opposite that got her there.
So for the person that says, I'm too busy, I have a full-time job, I've got this, you know, there is a way, but it all starts with the why. It
Yeah.
all starts with the why. If you don't
You
have
have
a
no
strong enough
desire.
why, and for those of you that are uplines and you're building teams, which I know most of you are, that is something that's really, really important for you to keep in mind as you're talking with your team members. You need to know not only what your why is, you got to know what their why is. Because when they're having a bad day and they should be coming to you, your job is to remind them of what their why is and why they decided to do this business. It's so critical. And when you are struggling, you do have to have that person that you can reach out to. But I've always said this: when you're down, you go up. So your person, your client, what she would do is she'd reach back out to you and you would help her out of that. But if
Yeah.
she's having a good day, she needs to go down and talk to all of her people. I mean, that's just so critical. So Sheena, with the Thinking into Results program, do you want to just give us just a short little blip about what that is and how someone can reach out to you if they want to learn more? And I think you said you've got a master class coming up to help network marketers with their mindset.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's what I'm going to do. Literally, it's 5 days on mindset, and that's what it's going to be. And it's all about, you know how we know the stuff. We've done the study. So I know that everybody listening to this will have read the books. They've done the study. They've read the books. They've got the information. So then we go, well, things aren't moving yet. So let me do a spiritual journey. So then we go and we do this spiritual journey and we realize that we're energy and we're this and we're that. But they still don't have the results because there's something missing. There's like that tiny bridge between intellect, spiritual, and physical results. TIR is not thinking into results, we call it TIR, is not about giving you more knowledge. It's about helping the wisdom from within you that you've already got to come out. Like when we start to study this stuff and then we realize that, oh my goodness, I knew that already, but I had so many stories on top that we need to clear them. And so it's the missing link. It is the last course, I promise, that you ever have to do. I mean, you want to do other programs and courses, of course, for interest. It's brilliant once you start to get into it. But when you study Thinking into Results, you finally know who you are. And when you know who you are, Janet, as you know, that's when results are. So it's not, I'm not the me I think I am. I'm not the me you think I am. I am the me I think you think I am. If it's got to be, it's got to be me. So I better know who me is.
Right. And you've got the perfect vehicle as a network marketer to achieve all your dreams and goals. I mean, it is the best industry in the world. I wouldn't be in it for
100%.
20 some years if it wasn't, but you've got to have the right mindset. And, I too, and I hate this word, but it's how I felt. I became a victim of, I've got more books, and all of these things. But if you have all of this knowledge and you're not applying it, there's a reason why you're not. So on this 5-day challenge, you want to just share a little bit more about how that is? And we're going to include it It will be available for all of our listeners, for all of our viewers. I'll get you the link so you can reach out to Sheena. But when is that happening?
Starting on the 22nd of March, and it starts at 7 o'clock UK time. So I think for EST, that's something like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And so it will be for an hour. And if you get on Zoom, so you can register via Zoom, or you can watch it live in my group, The Key, The Secret. But if you get on the Zoom, then what I'm going to do is a free question and answer session after every single live, where you can have your problems answered directly. I mean, literally, I'm going to sit on Zoom and, what cost is that? What price is that? I mean, it's absolutely priceless to be able to sit there and just talk about your problems and how you can actually move forward, because most people generally tend to say, well, I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
Oh yeah, that's it. I'm stuck.
Well, we'll unstick you. I know exactly why you're stuck, and I'm going to tell you. And some of you may not like it. So if you're ready to have the mirror, I'm such a great mirror for what you say to me. If you're ready to have a mirror and take on full responsibility, then you want to be on that masterclass, because I'm going to show you.
Right. And your knowledge of network marketing compared with the mindset is really, it's a perfect match. It's a perfect marriage, because you do need the two. And it is about positive mental attitude, but it's also about kind of getting out of your own way. And that's what you help people do, and you do it so well.
It's about the paradigms, isn't it? It's about the programming. And let me tell you, cultures have programming, religions have programming, network marketing has its own programming.
It does.
We've got to get out of the way of network marketing programming. 9 out of 10 people say no, that doesn't happen in my world, because I decided that doesn't happen. So 9 out of 10 people don't say no to me. If we start to change the paradigms in how we talk, then people won't be so scared. So that's my mission, is to literally shift the paradigms around network marketing, and so that people can see it and build a whole new positive look about it, rather than talking about the old one and trying to switch it. No, it's like as you said, it is the easiest business model in the world with the biggest return on investment I've ever seen. But you got to get over yourself. That's it.
Yeah, you got to get over yourself. You got to get out of your own way. Well, Sheena, thank you so much for sharing all of your knowledge. Our listeners will be able to contact you. We'll have all of the information for you on the masterclass. But you are truly an inspiration to myself and to many in the industry. And I wish you continued success. And I know that you are going to be in that $1.8 million house in no time at all. See, I even know what your goal is, and that's really important. You share your goal with others. So thanks again to our listeners. Sheena, thank you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Actually, I know you'll have a wonderful rest of the day. Thanks so much, everybody.
Thank you so much, Jen.
Yeah, bye-bye.